Hi, this is Mrs. Kalinicki. Let's get us started on this review sheet for your quiz. Your quiz is going to be in literally as soon as we're done with this worksheet. So let's get started. Write the word sentence as an inequality. Remember, an inequality, what we've been learning all this week, involves one of four symbols. Less than, equal to, so greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, less than, or greater than. Those four different symbols. Alright, so a number y subtracted from negative 3 and 6/10 is less than 6 and 5/10. So let's first start by identifying where the equal sign or the inequality symbol should go. A number y subtracted from negative 3 and 6/10 is less than 6 and 5/10. Right here, the is less than is your clue. Is less than is one of these four symbols. Do you know which one it is? Right, it's a less than sign. So I'm going to write less than 6 and 5/10. Like my new fancy pen? It's called calligraphy. Alright, so now I have to figure out this part, which is what math am I doing? I know I'm doing subtraction. It says a number y subtracted from negative 3 and 6/10. Now we talked about the word from. So stop and think about it for a second before you think about ordering the letters and numbers in the wrong way. If I said I wanted to borrow some money from, we did Jessica the other day. If I want to borrow some money from Jessica, I have to say I'm going to take Jessica's money and subtract some money. So again, when you're doing subtracted from, you have to put the number in the back first. So I'm subtracting y from negative 3 and 6/10. So your inequality should say negative 3 and 6/10 minus y is less than 6 and 5/10. Make sure you copy that down. Okay. Look at this one. It's an interesting question. They give you the inequality. Which graph shows the solutions to x plus 24 is greater than or equal to 47? Now, if you know our trick for solving, you know there's a pretty good idea what the answer is going to be looking at the graphs alone. There's no chance for me to switch the inequality symbol because I'm not going to be multiplying or dividing by a negative number. So all I have to do is solve this by doing what on both sides? What do I have to do on both sides to isolate the variable? That's right, I have to subtract 24 on both sides. Those 24s will cross out, and I'll be left with x is greater than or equal to, looks like 23. It was a pretty good guess too, because look at all these dots. They're all on 23. Now, looking at the choices, which one is correctly graphed? X is greater than or equal to 23. Again, remember our trick, using the arrow that's pointing in the right direction as long as our variable is in the first spot. So it's definitely not going to be A and it's not going to be D. Now you just have to look and see which dot is accurately colored in according to this inequality symbol, greater than or equal to. It's going to be choice B. If you guessed it, then good for you. Alright, moving on. Number 3. These you're going to get on your quiz also. You're going to have to solve an inequality and then graph your answer. Notice there's 5 dashes on your number line, so you're going to have to number 5 numbers. Alright, here we go. This problem involves what operation? Subtraction. In order to get rid of that subtraction, I'm going to need to add. I'm going to add 10 on both sides. These 10s will cross out, and I'm left with C is less than or equal to, this is different sign subtract. If I subtract them, I'm going to get, I'm waiting. You doing it? Let's go. Different signs, subtract them. If you're done, start numbering your number line. All right, final answer. Am I right? Oh, you're right. Thanks. Negative 65. Different sign subtract, take the sign of the larger number. So now I have to graph my number line. Negative 65 is going to go in that middle spot. And it's going to be a little tight in here, so try to write small. I'm going to try too. It's a little harder for me. Remember, negative numbers go backwards. So even though this should be a lower number, because it's negative, it's actually going to be a higher number. I'm going to try to squeeze them in, but you guys hopefully can write a little smaller than me. Check your number line. Make sure they're in this order. Otherwise, they're incorrect. Looking at this, I know Jake knows. He's a pro at graphing. What kind of dot do I need to put on this? A closed dot. And my arrow, Kevin, is pointing to the left. Here we go. These numbers are less than or equal to negative 65. All right, we'll keep going. Solving this one. I don't see any operation. What I do see is a number next to a letter, which does mean multiplying. In order to get rid of multiplying, I'm going to have to divide both sides by negative 3. That same number in order for them to cross out. When I solve this, I'm going to get negative 3. But, and here's a big but, when I do this, when I divide by a negative number, that's a star. Sorry, it's a terrible star. I have to switch the inequality symbol. So be careful. Did you do it? Did you switch it? It was a greater than, now it's a less than. All right, let's keep going. So now I'm going to number my number line. Negative 3 in the middle. Again, going backwards. This time, I need what kind of dot? I need an open dot. And my arrow, again, will point to the left. All right, a couple more questions left. Are you done? You ready? Here we go. Pause the video if you need to. Use one of these requirements below. Translate the words into an inequality and graph it on the number line. So you can pick any one of these. So it's up to you. At least 4 feet tall. I would start all of them with an X, and then you're going to pick a symbol, and you're going to use the number that's provided for you. At least 4 feet tall, weigh no more than 250 pounds, or must be 10 years old. So right now, pause the video, pick one of them, write it out here, and graph it. And I'll come and you can unpause it, and I'll show you the 3 different answers that you should have. All right, welcome back. At least 4 feet tall. That means at least I have to be greater than or equal to 4 feet tall. At least. At least means like the minimum number I could be is 4. Weigh no more than 250 pounds. That means I don't want to weigh any more than 250 pounds. But 250 pounds is still okay. That's why it's equal to. And must be 10 years or older. I must be 10 years. That means I could equal 10 years, or I have to be older. So those are my 3 different answers. Either way, you should have been able to accurately number your number line. 2 of them are going to have closed dots and arrows pointing to the right. That's these 2. This one's going to point to the right, and this one's going to point to the right. And this guy is going to be a closed dot and point to the left. So be careful, make sure you did that. All right. And last one, here we go, before the quiz. Allison wants to get at least an 85 on her math test. Allison was a student I had a few years ago. She wants to get at least an 85 on her math test. She already got 3 points extra credit. Hey, good for her. What is the minimum score, S, she must get on her test? Okay, so I have 3 points. What happens with extra credit? That gets done what to your test grade? Gets added to your test grade. So I'm going to have 3 points added to my grade, whatever it is, and I want to get at least an 85. Who remembers what symbol at least, the words at least mean to use? Is it, we got a bunch of choices. At least. Well, think about it. Is equal to 85 okay? I want to get at least an 85. If I get at least an 85, I'll be happy. Well, yeah, that sounds right. So equal to is true. Does that mean I want to get greater than an 85 or less than an 85? I want to get at least an 85. That does mean greater. So there we go. That's my inequality. And now I just have to solve it. How do you solve it? You look and see what kind of operations were going on here. Oops. Open up some crazy math board here. Did it go away? Good, it went away, I think. No, it didn't. Ah! Go away. Oh no. We're stuck. How do I get rid of this board? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Good. I can move it out of my way. Because I don't want it here. Oh, keep moving. Get out of my way. Sorry, guys. Alright. Hopefully that's a little better. There we go. Alright, I want to solve this. Solving it. Here's adding. I need to subtract on both sides. These guys will cross out, and I'll be left with... Does the symbol change? No. I'm just subtracting. No multiplying, no dividing by a negative number. And I'm going to get 82. So if I get at least an 82 on my test, Allison will be happy because she'll get those 3 extra points and she'll get at least an 85. I hope you get at least an 85 on your quiz. So good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.